All right, so today we're doing a deep dive into something that can be pretty heavy to super important. Life insurance, especially if you're dealing with kidney disease. We're taking a look at some advice we found that's tailored for, well, someone in your shoes. Someone who wants to figure out this whole life insurance thing with kidney disease in the picture.
And the interesting thing is, a lot of folks think a kidney disease diagnosis means, okay, no life insurance for me. But that's not necessarily true, and that's what we're really digging into today.
That's good to hear because I think that's a worry for a lot of people. So where do we even begin? Like, what are the big things insurance companies look at when someone with kidney disease applies?
Well, they're going to look at several things. First off, they want to know what stage of kidney disease are we talking about here? Is it early stage chronic kidney disease? Are we talking kidney failure? Have you had a transplant? That all plays a role.
Okay, makes sense.
Then they also want to know your treatment history. So are you on medications? Have you been on dialysis? Things like that.
Right. Treatment, yeah.
And of course, how well your kidneys are actually functioning right now.
So how do they even measure that?
Well, your doctor keeps track of a couple of key numbers. You've probably heard of them: eGFR and creatinine. Basically, these numbers tell us how well your kidneys are filtering waste from your blood.
Okay, so it's kind of like these numbers give them a snapshot of your current kidney health, right?
Exactly. It's all about getting the full picture. And here's the good news. Studies show that even managing early-stage kidney disease proactively can actually have a big impact on your insurance premiums. So, like if you're in stage 1 or 2 and your lab results are looking good, stable, you might even qualify for standard rates. Or, if not standard, maybe just a little bit higher than someone without kidney disease.
Gotcha. That makes sense. But what about people in more advanced stages? What options do they have?
Yeah, so for those folks, stages 3 to 5, maybe on dialysis or post-transplant, it might be a little trickier to get a fully underwritten policy. Those usually come with the best rates, but they can be harder to qualify for in these situations. So in these cases, we might start looking at what's called simplified issue or even guaranteed issue life insurance.
Okay, simplified issue, guaranteed issue. You're going to have to break those down for me. Those are new terms.
Sure, sure. So simplified issue is kind of like the middle ground, right? They often don't require a medical exam, which is a huge plus for a lot of people, but you might have to answer a few health questions.
Okay, I see.
Now, guaranteed issue, well, it's kind of like what it sounds like. It guarantees you'll get approved. No medical exam, no health questions. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, it does. Too good to be true.
Well, there's always a trade-off, right? With these policies, you might end up paying higher premiums, and there's also this thing called graded death benefits.
Graded death benefits. See, that's where I start to get a little nervous. What does that even mean?
So basically, with graded death benefits, it means if, and hopefully this never happens, but if you were to pass away within a certain time frame after you get the policy, the full death benefit might not be paid out immediately.
Okay.
There's usually a waiting period involved.
So it sounds like with all these different types of policies, it's almost like a balancing act, right? Fully underwritten, you get the best rates, but you got to go through the exam. Simplified issue, it's convenient, but the premiums might be a bit higher. And then guaranteed issue, that's like your safety net. You're definitely covered, but there might be some drawbacks. I mean, it really makes you realize how important it is to have someone who really understands all this, right?
Absolutely. This is where an insurance broker, someone who really knows their stuff, can be incredibly helpful. They can look at your specific situation, compare all sorts of different options from different companies, and they can really help you find a policy that's a good fit for you, both in terms of what you need and what you can afford. It takes so much of the guesswork out of it.
Right, because it is a lot to take in.
And don't forget, you're not just along for the ride here. What you do matters too. Taking good care of yourself, following your doctor's advice, managing your diet, and staying healthy, all of that can really make a difference in what kind of insurance options are available to you.
So even with a kidney disease diagnosis, it's not like your hands are tied. You still have a lot of control.
Exactly. And this brings us to a really important question. What matters most to you when it comes to life insurance? Is it having that peace of mind, knowing you're covered no matter what? Or is it finding the absolute lowest rate possible? This whole deep dive is about giving you the knowledge you need to answer those questions for yourself and make the right decisions for your situation.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap things up. It's been a really informative conversation. So for everyone listening, the main takeaway here is that getting good, affordable life insurance, even if you have kidney disease, is absolutely possible. Don't be afraid to do your research, be proactive, and definitely think about talking to an insurance broker who can help you through the process.
Couldn't agree more. And remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about how kidney disease can affect your life insurance options, the better prepared you'll be to make smart choices. choices that will give you and your loved ones peace of mind down